seconds flat. Instant Shadow. He has command of the racetrack. On his back now, Electric Sill. Here's a move from Pickpocket Princess. She was fourth, but getting gapped out. But she's on the move now for Stephen Trites, picking up third on the outside. That's Some Plan holds down fourth, and Ultimate Flying Nun, the hard closer, she's where she's supposed to be right now. She's at the back as they come in front of the fans first time around. The battle's on now. Instant Shadow looks over at Pickpocket Princess. They were halfway home in a serious panel, 57-4. 57-4 by the opening half for Instant Shadow. But Pickpocket Princess is right up to look the leader in the eye, and she's trying to drive by down the backside. Instant Shadow has more, though. 3 wide move, Electric Sill. The battle's on now to 3/4, Electric Sill. 3 wide for Trites. Instant Shadow still on the cones. Pickpocket Princess still there in between them by 3/4. 129 flat. All 5 still in it as they round the far turn. Instant Shadow on the outside. Pickpocket Princess. Electric Sill came to play, and he's 3 wide and driving for Trites. Down the stretch they come. Electric Sill finds the front. He's going to have to hold off the Flying Nun. She's on the far outside, and she's closing hard for Mason. Down to the line. Ultimate Flying Nun. Oh, that's close. Here are Electric Sill. It's tight at the line. We'll let the judges decide. What a horse race, folks. Time for the line. 2 minutes, 4 fifths. Now making their way back in front of the fans comes the winner of race number 3. It's the 5-entry Ultimate Flying Nun. She's a 10-year-old mare by Driven to Win from the Cam Best mare, You to Best. Owned by the Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn, New Brunswick. Don Hubbard does the training. Son Kyle Mason did the driving. Last one to fire, first one at the wire. Ultimate Flying Nun sat last the whole way. She had the legs when it counted, though, folks, and she got by them in the lane up in time. Congratulations to the connections, the Ultimate Stable, Don Hubbard and son Kyle Mason, and of course, Ultimate Flying Nun. And congratulations from the Kirkpatrick family. They honored this year at the Atlantic Breeders' Crown Weekend in Charlottetown. Over 50 years in the sport here in the province of New Brunswick. Congratulations to the Kirkpatrick family, and congratulations to the connections of the winning horse here, Ultimate Flying Nun, in race number 3. Nice picture, folks. Thanks, Kurt. The fillies are on the backstretch for race number 4. Now in the hands of the starter, it's the filly final of the New Brunswick Breeders, and it's also the Mack Lawson Memorial. $8,640 going to be dealt out to these 3 fillies. We're just about to find out who gets the most of it. From the inside out, we have Elm Grove Quest and Todd Trites. Mermaid Magic, Dave Dowling outside, if you can call it that. KC Starlight, Stephen Trites. Field of 3, New Brunswick Breeders' Stake, Mack Lawson Memorial. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing. Great start for the 3 fillies. They're 3 wide into the first turn. Elm Grove Quest from the inside stacks them up wide. In between pacers, Mermaid Magic's looking for a seat. And KC Starlight's now going to plan B. She grabs leather out of the first turn. She can see them all. Things unsettled, though. Mermaid Magic from the pocket for Dowling. She wants the front en route to the opening quarter. On the inside, though, Elm Grove Quest is going to sting her a ways. Right to the quarter pole before he lets her go. Mermaid Magic now clears for Dowling. She was by the opening quarter 29-1. Elm Grove Quest took her away, will now sit in second. KC Starlight's biding her time from third as Dowling tries to get a breather now on the daughter of Big Jim. This is Mermaid Magic coming in front of the fans. Elm Grove Quest is right on her back. KC Starlight on the inside third, but no problem. She can rough it up as they are halfway home under tight lines. Mermaid Magic gets the breather. 59-2. Identical 29-1 quarters. Sorry, that was quarter was 30-1, and on the front, still Mermaid Magic. On her back, though, Elm Grove Quest. KC Starlight now sees her way off the cones from third as the pace picks up on down the backside. It's still Mermaid Magic in command. On the inside, Elm Grove Quest second. KC Starlight, she hasn't been any better than third yet as they roll by 3/4. Mermaid Magic and Dowling, 130 by 3/4. Elm Grove Quest right on her back. Casey Starlight on the outside, looking a little stalled. She needs to wind up, and she's running out of real estate as they roll by 3/8. It's still Mermaid Magic on the inside. Elm Grove Quest. Here comes Casey Starlight on the outside now. She gets into gear, but Mermaid Magic has got the jump on her. Mermaid Magic and the Superstar to the line. Elm Grove Quest was second. Casey Starlight was third. Time for the mile. 2 minutes flat. Mermaid Magic. Now making her way back in front of the fans comes the winner of race number 4. It's the 2-entry Mermaid Magic. She's a 3-year-old filly by Big Jim out of the Cami Best mare, Slim and Sleek. She's owned by Dave Kennedy and Evan Smith of Stratford, Prince Edward Island, trainer Tom Weatherby. He likes the winner's circle here at Exhibition Park. He's back with the superstar Dave Dowling here, Mermaid Magic. She stopped the clock today 2 minutes flat. That is win number 4 on her career and the first on the season for her. Congratulations to the connections here in the Mack Lawson Memorial, also the New Brunswick Breeders' Final. She gets the lion's share of the $8,640. Congratulations to the connections, Dave Kennedy, Ian Smith, Tom Weatherby, Dave Dowling, and Mermaid Magic. And fitting, I see Mr. Andrew Ward in the winner's circle today. Andrew, always been in the winner's circle a lot at Exhibition Park. Glad he made it over for the final day. And congratulations with the filly he looks after, Mermaid Magic. Thanks, Kurt. Down to the final 3 dashes. Race number 5 now assembling on the backstretch. From the inside out, we have Payson Perfect and Dave Dowling. Emperor with Jeff Lewis. Hall of a Ride, the Trotter with Johnny D in the middle. Outside, we have Frontier Cruise with Mark Haig, and Ultimately Handsome is Way Wide with Kyle Mason. It's a field of 5. It's race number 5. The Brian Moore Memorial. It's post time for race 5 at Exhibition Park. Here they come. There they go, off-hand pacing from the inside. Emperor Sharp off the gate today. From the inside, that's Payson Perfect. These two round the first turn. Payson Perfect on the inside, wants the front. Emperor on the outside, not backing off yet. He'll now eye the 2-hole. Big gap back to third. That's the Trotter, Hall of a Ride. Then Frontier Cruise has fourth. Ultimately Handsome. He can see them all. The field is well strung out. They're gapped en route to the opening quarter. Payson Perfect and Dowling. He's pacing up a storm. He's the leader by the opening quarter. Emperor's on his back. They were by the opening panel. 29-2, Payson Perfect on top. Right there, Emperor in for the ride. Hall of a Ride trots away in third. Then Frontier Cruise still fourth, and Ultimately Handsome, no move from him. He's still at the back, but the horses have tightened in. About 5 lengths separates them all as they come in front of the fans. First time around, they're chasing the 4-year-old son of Vertical Horizon. This is Payson Perfect. Halfway home under tight lines to Dowling. On his back, that's Emperor. Up and after him on the outside, Frontier Cruise. They were halfway home, 59-4, 30 seconds even in the third. On the inside, Payson Perfect lets out a notch. His lead is a quarter of a length. Frontier Cruise, the big fella on the outside, he's taking it right to him. Emperor needs to pick it up from third. Hall of a Ride stays on the inside from fourth. Outside, Ultimately Handsome appears stalled by 3/4 on the outside. Frontier Cruise trying to forge his way to the front. 129-2 by 3/4. Payson Perfect on the inside has more for him. These two hook up round the turn. Payson Perfect inside. Outside, Frontier Cruise. These two will settle it in the stretch. What a battle brewing still on. Payson Perfect inside. Frontier Cruise on the outside. They battle to the line. At the line, it's going to be tight. I'm going Frontier Cruise. Up in time for Mark Haig. Second went to Payson Perfect. We'll call a photo for third. Could have been Hall of a Ride. Time for them all. 1:59 flat. Frontier Cruise. Slowly making his way back in front of the fans comes the winner of race number 5. It's the 4-entry Frontier Cruise. He's a 5-year-old gelded son of Sunshine Beach from the FT Apache Hanover mare, because you're in it to win it. Owned by J.C. Bellevaux of Scadouk and Jean Bellevaux of Dieppe. Trained by Jean, driven to victory by Mark Haig. For Mark Haig today, that's 2 winners on the card from only 2 drives. For Frontier Cruise, this is win number 7 from 21 starts this year, win number 17 of his career. Puts his earnings this year over $12,000. Congratulations to the connections, J.C. Bellevaux, Jean Bellevaux, Mark Haig, and the big fella, Frontier Cruise. Thanks, Kurt. $32,640 about to be deviled out to these 5 2-year-olds. It's the New Brunswick Breeders' final 2-year-old Colts and Fillies. Pacers are on the turn. From the rail out, we have Nanny Bernice and John Davidson. Miss Contour, Dave Dowling. Brookdale Zeb, Bernard McCollum. Jedi Jim, Colin DeCourcy. Far Outside, Silent Movie Star, and Wayne Watson. Field of 5, Colts and Fillies, all 2-year-olds. New Brunswick Breeders' Stake, $32,600 on the line. Here they come. There they go, off and pacing. The great Brookdale Zeb's firing out of there from the inside. Annie Bernice into her inside. Miss Contour on round the first turn. Brookdale Zeb on the outside. Little fancy stepping on the inside. That's Nanny Bernice. Off stride goes the 2. Miss Contour on round the turn. Everybody's by okay. It's still Nanny Bernice on top. She's the leader by to the opening quarter. Brookdale Zeb got away in second. Then Jedi Jim holds down third. Silent Movie Star fourth, and back pacing at the back. Miss Contours a little gapped out by the opening quarter. 29-1. Nanny Bernice. Davidson says, catch me if you can. He's going right down the road with this filly. He'll not be outbrushed, I guarantee that. By 3/8, Nanny Bernice in command of the racetrack. Brookdale Zeb, the colt, has her in her sights. Then Jedi Jim on the inside third. Silent Movie Star sitting there in fourth, getting gapped out as they go halfway home. It's still Nanny Bernice. Brookdale Zeb, the closest to her, in second. Jedi Jim is third. They were halfway home. 58-4. Serious panel for the 2-year-olds. And Nanny Bernice still looks strong. Brookdale Zeb's only about 2 lengths back in second. Then we have Jedi Jim on the inside third. Silent Movie Star on the cones fourth. And Miss Contour from the back. Down the backside they go. It's still Nanny Bernice. She's the leader and she looks strong. Brookdale Zeb is second, about 4 lengths back. The battle's on for third after that. 129 flat by 3/4. Nanny Bernice on the turn. She's got 4 lengths on Brookdale Zeb. The battle for third right now belongs to Jedi Jim. Down the stretch they come. Nanny Bernice, she's undefeated her last 5 or 6, and they're not catching her in the New Brunswick Breeders. She's home for Johnny D. Second goes to Brookdale Zeb. The battle is for third. On the inside, Jedi Jim will hang on for the third over Silent Movie Star. Time for the mile, 1:59 flat, Nanny Bernice. Now making her way back in front of the fans comes the winner of race number 6, the New Brunswick Breeders' Final for 2-year-old Colts and Fillies. It's the 1 entry, Nanny Bernice. She's owned by Janice Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick, a homebred of hers. She did the training. John Davidson did the driving for Nanny Bernice. That is now 6 wins in a row from 8 lifetime starts. She puts her earnings today up over $26,000 on the year. Big congratulations to Nanny Bernice, Janice Hubbard, and John Davidson on capturing the New Brunswick Breeders' Final for 2-year-old pacing Colts and Fillies. The girl beats the boys here in the New Brunswick Breeders' Final. Congratulations to the connections. They're off, pacing from the far outside. That's American Wrist from the inside, Blood Money. 3 wide round the first turn, Blood Money on the inside. In between pacers And far outside, American Risk now going to plan B. Out of the first turn on to the opening quarter, Woodmere, Ideal Art, Dave Dowling, they want to be the leaders to the quarter. Second, that's now Blood Money. American Risk went to plan B. He'll now sit third. Katie Overdrive fourth. At the back, Montrose Hope can see them all. By the opening quarter, Woodmere, Ideal Art in command of the racetrack. Right there, second is Blood Money. American Risk bides his time from third. Fourth on the inside, KD Overdrive. Then we have Montrose Hope at the back. Looks like they're going pretty fast, but I couldn't tell you the fractions as they come in front of the fans first time around. This is Woodmere, Ideal Art, and Dowling. They're going right on down the road. Blood Money's the closest to them in second. Then we have American Risk still on the cones in third. Gapped out fourth, KD Overdrive, and at the back, Montrose Hope. Halfway in the books, it is Woodmere, Ideal Art. Blood Money looks sharp today. He's right on the leader's back. American Risk gets the high lines from third. KD Overdrive needs to do more from fourth. Montrose Hope is off the cones from five. The race is on to three quarters. It's still a Woodmere, Ideal Art. American Risk now gets closer on the outside. Blood Money right with them in third. Montrose Hope tries to take fourth from KD Overdrive. They go by three quarters. It's on the inside, Woodmere, Ideal Art. American Risk on the outside coming to them. Blood Money right there with them third. They'll settle the final dash in the lane. It's Woodmere, Ideal Art turning through the stretch. American Risk on the outside still coming. Blood Money up the cones. It's American Risk and Trites. They had to earn it, but they score in the Ingham Palmer. Second went to Woodmere, Ideal Art. Third is Blood Money.
We'll have American Risk back to the winner's circle in just a moment. The winner of the Ingham Palmer Memorial here at Exhibition Park Raceway to finish off our afternoon of racing. And a fantastic card. Great to see so many people out today in support of harness racing in the city. And like Kurt and I said, lots of support remaining for the industry and for the sport. And the sport actually has been growing the last couple of years here in New Brunswick, especially with the New Brunswick Breeder Stakes and such. And there you see him coming back now, the winner of race number 7. We welcome number 5, American Risk. American Risk, he's a 6-year-old son of American Ideal out of the Art Major mare Kissing Bandit. Owned by the Risky Biz Group of Truro, Nova Scotia. George Rennison trains. Todd Trites in the driver's seat for American Risk. It's his 8th win of the season. And Trites doing the Hervé Filion back to the winner's circle, standing on the bike. And nice win here for American Risk, of course, named in honor of Ingham Palmer, the Dean of Maritime Track Announcers, and was the staple voice of New Brunswick racing for so many years. And he brought a lot of respect and reputation to the sport here early on in the Maritimes, and worked to bring many horses up here to race in the Provincial Cup, bringing guys up like Jimmy Doherty and Wendy Dunaway, and brought horses from Montreal. So Ingham just a fantastic staple of the history of Exhibition Park Raceway. And no better man to honor than Ingham Palmer with the final live scheduled race here at Exhibition Park Raceway. So we thank the Palmer family for taking part in our final afternoon of racing. And again, a big thank you to American Risk for making the trip up here. And he gets the win. And a hard-earned win it was for American Risk. He wins his 8th of the season, puts him almost at 20,000 for the season. And again, thank you very much for coming up to Exhibition Park, and what a fantastic afternoon of racing. And again, we thank you very much for coming out to Exhibition Park Raceway today, and I want to thank all the horsemen that took part in this afternoon's program. Also, those of you who come out and support the races each and every week, and I've always said the fan base at Exhibition Park is one of the best in the Maritimes. We've stood out here in rain and fog and snowstorms and everything else to watch racing here at EPR, and it's been been a staple in the city, and we hope to somehow pull a rabbit out of the hat and this not be the last card. But, you know, if it is, it's been a glorious run here at Exhibition Park Raceway, and we thank each and every one of you who has been involved, either past or present, in the sport of racing, and we thank you very much. So, again, on behalf of Horse Racing New Brunswick, thank you very much for taking part in our final afternoon of racing, and we hope to see you back here someday. We're optimistic, but again, thank you very much. Best of luck.